I'd like to have more Danish. Just ask her for that. She likes that. She likes to know what people like. And she has people like driving by yelling, get more Danish.
Where's the Danishes? Yep. And she's a person of the people.
Yeah, she wants to serve you. So if you ask for Danishes, she has a lady who calls in every single week and asks if she has Danishes on.
Does she really?
If she doesn't, her total mood changes. We heard her call. She does. Michelle said she calls in not Michelle, but a woman. I won't say her name. She calls in and asks, "Do you have any Danishes?" And then just said, "Well, I'll just have a coffee." I'm going to point to the Adidas sign because one of the guys that's in our group.
Okay, I'm going to try to point to the right way.
Okay.
Ah.
Nice, you did it.
It's just the opposite.
It
so
is.
You're always trying to.
So I pointed to the wrong side.
In fact, you saw me move the wrong direction to get centered. Anyway, that was you pointed to the Adidas sign there. They're not a sponsor of ours yet.
But one of the people one of the guys in our group, a friend of ours, not local, I shouldn't say that because that's not true. Fellow voiceover artist has the same shirt as me, and that's kind of how our friendship. A shirt, anyway.
Enough of that. So this is the 77th episode of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast. You saw our commercial.
Yeah.
We are moving because of my busy schedule, Hudson's busy schedule, and growing businesses. VO Marketing Pro, our direct email marketing company that we have as a family, that's growing, getting busier. And so we're going to have to kind of cut back a little bit our weekly podcasts. We're going to have a monthly podcast, and it's going to center around our hometown of Mazomanie, and we'll have some fun times. We'll still get together with the adventures with Roy from Elroy, probably have some interviews here and there. We'll have our chamber chat and our MCC, Mazomanie Music Conservancy, and we'll have the Lion's Share with Wendy Sherman. It'll all stay the same. It'll be more just on a monthly basis. And I think that's going to make everybody happy, because those of you that are tortured every single week by having us here, we'll be going, oh, good, just once a month. And for those that, well, what would be the other group? Oh, us, yeah. And other people might say, I like them in small doses. Like I like them in once a month doses. Then you'll be happy too. And honestly, the podcast will probably be a little bit longer. So,
so you'll get even more of us.
Yeah, you'll just have to digest it slower. Maybe if it's like a 2-hour podcast, you'll have to take the first half hour the first week, and then take some time off and have the next half hour, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So you'll still be getting something each week. It's just that you'll take us in smaller doses. That's probably best for everybody.
Yeah, I think it is. We don't get too big of a head thinking that we're really great. But the whole reason we started this was kind of an accident. A lot of you watched us because of us being local. And so we kind of just, because we, liked doing it and wanted to do something for fun, we started doing it and interviewing people, getting to know people. That was fun. But the reason it's the voiceover podcast. That's why we set it up. And so now that my VO life is getting busier, Dad's is staying busy, and VO Marketing Pro is getting busier.
Here we just do this, the original Father-Son
podcast. Yeah. So that's just kind of, so now we're kind of just going back to that, but we're still going to have it once a month. So anyway, that's what we've got. So no John Trager, we don't exactly know. I shouldn't say that. Just because of his health.
At the time of this videotaping, we're still waiting for news from John Trager and his family about how he's feeling and stuff. And so,
Kansas State Fun Facts is coming up with the guys and all the other stuff. So we'll stop talking and we'll get into it.
Hey, this is Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. And this is the original Father-Son voiceover podcast.
to have you guys here again. Episode 77 of the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast. I'm Todd. John next to me.
Whoop.
He's going to be coming up in just a few moments with Mazomanie Site-Wise. Got a lot of stuff going on in our little village. And then Joe's over at Information Central. Hudson is hurting himself.
Struggling to get in.
As
I've
he
never
gets
gotten in
into
that
his
way.
chair. He's our executive producer, pulling all the strings, making all the major decisions.
Helping this
On
ship
what
sink.
sponsors we can allow in. We're vetting sponsors at this point, and how we're going to spend all of the money that we don't make on this, and things like that. Drew is producing the program, and that's why he's got the headphones on. So we're glad you're here with us, episode 77. Now over to Harris Brando for
The news. Oh, let's get right into
Wisconsin Heights.
Wisconsin Heights Weekly. Thanks, John.
All right, so this is for October 11th to the October 18th. There's nothing happening on October 11th, so I will skip to October 12th. That's a Thursday. 4:15, cross country middle school meet at Verona Area High School. I think aren't there several Verona high schools?
no, just one.
Just one.
They just
Okay.
made a big.
There's
but,
multiple middle schools.
Okay.
but they talked about how I think once they just made the new building that they've already grown out of it supposedly.
Yeah,
Supposedly.
they've said that multiple times.
So that's at 4:15. That's a middle school cross country meet. 5 p.m. JV2 boys soccer meet is at Wanakee against Wanakee JV2 White. 5:30 p.m. volleyball girls JV2 Jewel versus Waterloo Pirates, who don't do anything, at Waterloo High School. Also,
Wait,
there's-
what's a jewel for? Am I
A
not
duel?
supposed to
It's a
ask?
duel.
Oh, duel. I
Yeah.
thought you said jewel. I thought it was some
did
sort of
say duel.
special name.
it's a duel.
No, it's a
Okay,
duel.
duel.
A duel.
Got it.
Also happening at the same time is a JV1 Jewel. Waterloo High School, same spot. The courts 1 and 2. And then at 6:45, the volleyball varsity girls play at Waterloo. Courts 1 and 2. I don't know if they're playing on both courts or just one court. We'll figure that out when we get there, but that is at Waterloo. Then Friday, October 13th, this isn't necessarily a sports thing, but it is 1 p.m. to 1:45 p.m. I think I'll be out here for this. Wax Museum, which is where the kids, the 5th grade kids, I believe, they dress up as a famous person from the past, like an explorer or something like
Historical
that.
figure.
Yep. And they give like a short little snippet
Bio.
of what that person did or what
Neat.
made them famous.
Yeah.
And then they also have like a poster that they did. So that's in the elementary James, the gym there.
Is that a must-do? Do you know?
Yes.
Like every 5th grader has to do that?
I believe so,
That's
in
quite
order
a
to
few
get on to
people.
6th grade.
But you can maybe go to the different ones that you're interested in, almost like you're at a
Museum.
Wax
or
museum.
yeah.
That's
Correct.
true. There it is.
Friday,
Will you be the docent at this wax
I will be.
museum?
no, he'd probably be the Jocent.
There it is.
Nice.
also Friday, come for the Wax Museum, stay for the varsity boys football game against Kickapoo Lafarge.
Is it senior night?
Huh?
Is it senior night?
It doesn't say.
Parents' night?
It's one of the three.
That's at Todd Barsness Memorial Field, the football field.
Where they buried my football career
Yep,
in 1978.
And if you
Yep.
can't make that, there is also a live stream going on at the YouTube channel.
Oh,
At the YouTube
you
channel.
gotta get the folks from YouTube down here to tape that.
Yep. So stay for the Wax Museum.
Come for the Wax Museum.
Come for the Wax Museum. Stay
Stay
for the
football
game.
game.
And you can probably start tailgating right after
Early,
that.
yeah,
Yep.
you're right. Yeah, get those brats out wide,
Yep.
hot dogs.
What?
Careful, don't do it too early. We don't want to melt those wax figures.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. I just try to figure out where to go from there. Saturday, October 14th,
Let's say the next day.
there is a cross country varsity conference meet. That's multiple schools at Belleville High School, and then they also have some trails
Would that be?
That's where they run it on,
Would that be
right next to the baseball field.
at a conference meet? Would that be the conference teams that would be there?
Conference, yep.
Maybe.
Is it all the conference that is the bigger schools like Lodi, Lake Mills, and stuff, or is
good
it just?
question.
Is it just the south? It
It's
probably
all
is the whole
it's all the
conference, right?
schools. So it's a
Probably all of
lot
them.
of schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 11 a.m. JV conference meet as well, same spot. So it's just right after,
Nice.
and that's it.
There's
That's it, and
Wisconsin,
that's all.
Wisconsinites Weekly. No volleyball. None of that. Are they done or something?
I think
like
this
that?
is coming to the end of the fall sports.
Time
was-
is running out.
Who was the guy? Who? Do you guys know what guy was a part of the worst, as far as I know, worst shellacking in Wisconsin? The Wisconsinites has been around since 1965, so we're coming up on what, 60 years? Do you know anybody that was part of the worst
Probably you.
defeat ever? That's why I said, when you said it's Todd Barsness Memorial Field, that's where my football dreams were buried for many times, but especially the last game against
guys
Wanakee, 76 to nothing.
You guys hosted the game.
Yeah.
How did you
Ooh.
host it? You had a better seed than them.
No. It was.
You didn't
all make-
all make
you don't make
playoffs.
playoffs.
There was only one team
That's
from the
different.
conference that made the playoffs, and we weren't one of them. In fact, Wanakee made it, and they made sure that
That
we
you didn't
didn't
make
have
it.
any
Yeah.
like, hey, we played them pretty well. We could have probably.
First half.
They were throwing in everybody they could. They couldn't find enough people
Water
to
boy.
make it.
Some of the parents came
Actually,
down.
in all honesty, they had a reputation of continuing to just lay it on you.
Yeah. Well, 76-0, that seems like
welcome,
laying it out.
yeah.
welcome to sports.
And I
If you
didn't
aren't
play.
good enough,
The
that's not
seniors
their
didn't
fault.
play the second half. Just so you know, they took us out
Oh, that was nice of them.
mercifully, and they
Was
just
that
said,
seniors
"You've had
night?
enough."
Was that seniors night?
I don't remember. It was just a blur.
Okay.
That night, Bob Wick pulls up in his Lincoln Continental. This was a plan, and we drive over to Michigan, where I went to college. We were going to visit the campus.
Wow,
Drove
that
most of the night.
Was that an official visit or was that just a?
It was just a visit.
Okay.
There was no scholarship
NIL
involved.
deal.
They were actually looking. They were.
Are you sure
There's
Bob
no
didn't-
football team
Bob didn't
yet.
take you out to eat, did he?
No, there wasn't. There wasn't anything
Ah.
open back then. That was 1978. It's nothing open.
But it didn't
There's
look
no-
like
But I do
a-
remember him timing
Continental
it
Cup.
perfectly with his Lincoln Continental that his dad
Continental
leased,
suit.
John Wick Sr. And we'd pull up to the tolls on the Illinois toll, and he'd have his, I think it was 25 cents then.
Yeah.
And he'd have it right ready so that he hit his thing and boom, we'd go. And he had it timed perfectly.
Nice.
And I don't know what it took us to get over there, but we got in about maybe, I don't know, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So
Wow.
that was quite a whirlwind, getting hammered and then driving over there, hammered as far as basketball,
We knew
excuse me.
that.
Or football.
And then, what did I say, football?
You said
So
all.
baseball, then basketball,
Well,
then football.
Football.
More injuries than you knew.
Yeah. Yep.
You've still got mental
Yeah.
I was
issues.
gonna say
Yeah.
that was more of a basketball score than a football score.
Yeah.
Well,
I
0
was
to 7,
concussed, probably.
Yeah.
And so then all the way over to Grand Rapids, Michigan for a quick whirlwind tour of the school over there and back home again Sunday.
Oof.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
Well,
Long
thanks.
driving.
But that's something for trivia.
Yeah.
What's the highest, as far as I know, the biggest defeat in Wisconsinites history? And what year was it? 1978.
Did you guys win a game
I was
that
the
year?
quarterback. We won one game.
Was it 78
Below
or
that.
77? 'Cause You graduated in 78, right?
Nope, that's not. What's that? I graduated in 70. It would have been the fall of 77.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, we beat DeForest in a mud,
That's right.
rain,
That was,
sleet
that
storm.
was the Wozano.
Yeah, it was exactly. You guys have heard all these
Oh, yeah.
stories.
Actually.
Sorry. Okay.
Anyway,
Wow.
let's move
Got
on. Joe, thank you so much for Wisconsinites Weekly. We thank you and we bless you for that because we know how much time it takes for you to do that and your
do.
involvement in Wisconsin Heights, not only weekly for our podcast, but working at the school weekly.
Yeah.
Some people say I have my
Weekly
ears to the tracks there.
Words weekly, word for word. Mm-hmm. Yep. Go ahead, Johnny, with Mesomaney.
You mean sideways?
Yeah.
Oh, let me say,
Well, we've got Meso Velocity 365 because there's a spring green one, so we got to distinguish between that. It
So
opens
east.
this coming Monday, and there's a lot of different details on like what the costs are, but I'll give you kind of the big ones.
Some of the big costs.
Big costs. So if you want to do a 1-year contract,
Okay.
sign up for 12 months. As an individual, $39.99 a month. Okay, it's a 1-year contract. If you want to do kind of a month-to-month thing, it's $49.99. Okay, as an individual, no contract to be signed. A family for a contract for a 1-year contract is $69.99 a month. It's for immediate family only, and then I think it doesn't give you how many can be in the family, but on the immediate family. But I think it's $15 for each key to get in. So I think it's $69.99 a month. Don't quote me on this. I don't think there's a limit on it. So if you have 10 kids, I think they
However,
all
you
get in.
do have to pay for the $15.
$15.
Do you have to
I
go
don't
to
think
the
it's a
hardware
monthly
store to
fee.
get that key cut?
Nope.
Okay.
It's just one of those fobs that
Okay.
beeps when you go.
Yeah, that's a good
So
question, Joe.
those are
Thanks.
I think you can rent a locker, and
Do you need a key for the locker?
I don't know, but it's like
Okay.
a monthly
I'm
fee
sure
for
there's
that.
a key that
Okay.
comes with it.
And there's a couple other things that they have going on. That
We're just
aren't
doing the big items right
the big
now,
items
Joe.
right now.
Yeah,
And
that's
by the
us.
way, I've got a
Those-
picture
what
of
you're
it.
saying right now,
Latest
those are little
picture
items.
today. Is that loaded yet?
Yep, it's on there.
Thanks.
Yours truly is ahead of the game once again.
Keep giving us the big items here. Big
Yep.
ticket
That's
items.
it.
You're
That's
gonna
it.
have to wait here.
That's the
because
big items.
We're playing in the dark right now. That people
October
are playing
16th.
hide
What
and
time
seek.
will that open? At midnight? Probably like 8 o'clock.
it'll be some
but
sort
will
of-
it be open? Can you get in there all week
I don't-
long?
if you
Anytime
sign up,
because
you
you have a
can,
fob,
That's a
right?
great question.
I
If
don't
you
know.
think so,
you can.
if they have a fob, you would think
I'll probably be working out
3
really.
a.m.
Yeah,
you and Wes
probably.
Keys will be going there.
You'll be probably putting extra hours, and you'll be working out.
He'll be working, and you'll be
putting extra
working
hours
out.
in on the treadmill.
I think after the first couple months, they'll probably start charging you for all the hours you're putting in there
Yeah.
because they just didn't figure somebody to be working out that long.
This
They
is
might
going to
start
sound, this
paying
is
you
gonna
'cause
sound
they
like a
think you're an
slight to a
employee
small
there.
town, and it's not meant to be a slight to a small town. But
Here goes.
what happens is when these things open up, small towns get curious, and so you'll probably have that first day you'll have quite a few people checking this place out, and so if you want to avoid that traffic,
Wait a week.
you may want to wait a week until they kind of got people signed up. Looks like it's going to be a nice place, and it's bigger than another place that has been here
It is bigger than other places.
for working out, and so there's probably more options. And
Not as big as just going outside and running around.
Correct, but as we don't have that real luxury
I run out in the
come
parks in the winter.
4 or 5 months out of the
December,
year.
January, and February. So
My
your
biggest
parks in the
concern, and
winter.
I've gone on record
Dog.
here actually saying it, that I'm afraid that if I work out too much, I'll get too
You're
big.
too big.
scary.
Well, we'll just drive by, and if
Yeah,
you start
just
blowing
blow
up,
So that's the payment, or what the dues are if you're looking to get an individual or a family plan.
Well, that's very informative.
Yeah.
Thank you.
not to get confused with Todd's do's and don'ts.
Correct.
That's,
Yeah, you can go
those
see
are
their website for that or their YouTube page for that.
it's the same one.
I'll remind you every once in a while here about the knit and craft. It used to be knitting and crafting. I think it was for a small group of people, but I think anybody can join now. 9:30 Central Time to 11:30 tomorrow, down at 1855. And we'll stick in with this with 1855 news. I don't think I've mentioned the latte flavors
I don't
for
think you have.
Octubre.
Nope. Because
Have any guesses?
This would be our first one.
Sure.
I'm gonna say there's gonna be something pumpkin
Okay,
spice.
You're right. Well,
Yeah.
not spice, but toasted pumpkin. So you're one
That
Oh,
sounds
for
spice.
one for one for
one
over.
for.
You
but
had-
got
Well,
the
how do you
first
get,
part
right.
how
right.
do you
for
get
two.
spices if you don't toast them?
There's no cheaps.
What are the flavors?
And then a fairly typical flavor or fall.
Cinnamon.
Nope. Butterscotch cookie.
Ooh, that sounds
So-
good. I wonder if
are the
if
Danish
Michelle Van
flavors?
Shindig will have
Danishes
any
will
special
be.
Danishes.
I don't know.
What are the Danish flavors?
Doesn't
typically
need,
like,
doesn't need to go. Doesn't need to be special. Just the Danishes.
Just have the
Just
Danishes.
keep them the same.
How big are
Play it
those
again,
dogs?
Sam.
Have you ever had a
They're
Danish?
probably this big right
Whenever
here,
she's
Joe.
got them down there, I try to have one.
They're probably
Yeah,
that
nice
big.
share one. Yep, they're
Cut
about,
it in half.
they're about that big.
Yeah. So when you go into 1855 Coffee House in historic downtown
Downtown Mazo.
Mazomanie, just tell them that you listen to the original Father-Son voiceover podcast. Michelle Van Shindig, owner and proprietor, will give you a 10% discount on any food and drink item, Danish. And if she doesn't have any Danish, just say, hey, I'd like to have more Danish. Just ask her for that. She likes that. She likes to know what people like. And she has people like driving by yelling, get more Danish. Where's the
Danishes?
And she's a person of the people.
Yep.
She wants to serve you. So if you ask for Danishes, she has a lady who calls in every single week and asks if she has Danishes on.
Does she
And
really?
if she doesn't, her total mood changes. We heard her call. She does. Michelle said she calls in not Michelle, but a woman. I won't say her name. She calls in and asks, "Do you have any Danishes?" And then just said, "Well, I'll just have a coffee." So it's just kind of funny. You could hear her when Michelle said no.
Where does she get the Danishes from?
We
No,
won't
you
talk
can't. You
about it.
can't say.
No,
You
no,
can't
don't talk
say.
about it.
That's a secret.
Yep.
It's,
Joe, be at the pre-production meeting next time, okay?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that kind
Hey,
of stuff.
but
We've had a few times.
question-
I'm asking questions that,
Joe,
that the viewers want to
He
He
hear.
is
done
a
some
hitter.
things back in the day.
He is an investigative
He's a
reporter.
hard hitter, yeah.
He's a hard hitter.
Hey, but
That's true.
Listen to
That's
this.
I had to silence his mic.
I got a question for you. Back to the knit and craft.
Oh yeah, sure.
I've been down there, and they're doing a lot of knitting. Is knitting just considered a craft, and so that just slides into knit and craft?
Well-
or can people go there and they
Yes.
do special things once in a while? Hit it, John.
I think they can bring down. They offer options to have craft options
I
down
see.
there. Knitting. That's why I said I think knitting is what it started off as, but there's been other people that have come down there and done some crafting as well.
It's more of
I
the
don't-
time
it falls
together.
in that category,
Yeah.
the time together. But I think that there's people that do bring down stuff.
Could
too,
you
other
be
than
a
just
crafty
knitting.
knitter?
Yes, sure you could be.
I saw on What's Happening Mazomanie, a woman asked if there was any place where they did. I don't think she said knitting and crafting, but I think she said like that kind of stuff, and people started pouring in with, go down,
Yep.
and it's a nice group of
Oh, yeah.
gals. I don't know if there's any guys.
I think
But
it's open to
would be
anybody
welcome, too.
Yeah,
Yep.
but
For all
there's
people.
the people that I've seen have been gals down there, and so they're a nice group of gals, and so they pointed her in that direction, and I'm sure she went and had a good time. I'm confident of it.
Sure.
So moving on, any more from you?
I have nothing more because I figured that there was
'Cause
going to be
Dad's
some
always-
stuff.
Okay,
other stuff.
amendments.
so first things first, let's go right to the picture. The latest picture just this afternoon of the
velocity.
The velocity.
The second one to the
Yep.
Third
Fire
one.
that up there, Joe. See,
Third up, so.
when we took the last
there's
one.
Wes.
Now listen to me, Joe. Stop.
working.
Wait just a second.
is Dan there? And
No, what I'm saying is where those two vans, the ends of those vans, there used to be a huge trash receptacle,
That's very true.
dumpster.
Right
Now
in
it's
this
gone.
area.
See, so we're the 16th.
Progressing.
They're getting everything nice and neat and ready to go. We took a walk the other day at
Joe, what are we
What
doing?
happened? Who
You
touched
tried to
this?
crop it.
That's not true.
Joe, stick with the script. He was
They're
gonna
gonna have a
he was
really
gonna draw
powerful.
Wes.
gonna try
Look
to-
at the satellite they've got on here. It's gonna have
Yeah.
a really powerful signal.
Look at the
on
lights
here.
on top of there too.
But down over to the right again, where the
cold out
cement is, when we were taking a walk the other day, there were people putting something in the doors
Yes,
through
back
there.
here.
Yeah, back through there.
Oh.
They were loading some like mats and stuff in there. It looked really
here.
nice, really nice stuff. It's looking real good though, isn't it?
So it looks like an inviting.
Everybody
place.
waved to Wes.
Yep. Okay, on to the next one, which we're going to save the video for last. So go to the next one. You'll be able to see all of the. Go ahead and hit that.
And go ahead, that.
This is, see, that's
wow.
the latest
Are they,
Family
are
Dollar.
they restoring the prairie over there? Is that what they
I'm
bought
taking
it for?
it from the same spot. That crane or backhoe back there is starting to get
Swallowed up.
swallowed
by
up
the
better
by
get that
stuff.
out.
weeds.
So you
know
know,
what this reminds me of?
if you know anything about Family Dollar, any information, some insider information, please write it in the comments so we can talk about this because it's
you know what
it's
that-
starting to become a
Is the
problem.
Porta John still there?
You know what it's,
Yeah, it is.
To the
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
didn't take
it's-
that
That's
part
over
of
it.
it.
That's
what it's
over here.
what it's looking like. It looks a little reminiscent of
Oh wow.
Lake Marion.
Oh, yeah, back
Oh,
in the
true.
day when they drained the swamp, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so and then the next one is boom over there. This is that.
Oh,
now
wow.
notice here, they've really done a lot of work, and the way I have the angle of that. I think it's a parking lot. That is quite wide. It doesn't look very wide. It almost looks like it's just a regular size road, but it's like
This over here?
Yep, 2 to 2.5 the size of a street. It's wide, and it's going.
It's luxurious.
2 lanes here.
Yeah, and up there where the Butkeys used to live, and I don't know who lives there now. I don't know if see that guy's driving almost in their garage in there, and so I don't know if they purchased that or people are living
Maybe
there.
it'll be a visitor center.
Like I said, visitor center or a snack shop.
Maybe
Make
they-
some money on it.
Maybe they
look at
told
that. That's a
them-
nice flower there.
Maybe they told them that, hey, you let us come up here and take care of this and do what we want with it. We'll put in a new
Danish.
blacktop
Yeah.
Danish
driveway
factory.
for you, or
So
a Danish shop.
Yeah, Danish shop.
shop, yeah.
So I think, and I don't know. Michelle could go up there and sell coffee in Danish. I would
Danishes, yeah.
think
Danish
that'd be a
is
good deal.
at the
She
foot
could
of the
take
bluff.
Scott's truck up or his motorcycle up there
Yeah,
during
true.
the winter.
Honestly, if they
some
make that
chains on
look
the tires
nice
to make sure
and
you
there's
get
a
up there.
nice sign, I would think people. That's right on Highway 14.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would think people would.
You're gonna
would
get people curious.
Yeah, I would think they'd stop and take a trip up to
Nothing
the bluff.
like having to fight traffic to get up your driveway, though.
Yeah, I just don't know what's
That's a
gonna.
nice willow tree
That'd be
there,
another
too.
nice thing to know. Is
Did they have
is
an
people
easement,
gonna live
though?
there? Yeah, right.
Eas-
Maybe they could talk to the people
Oh, look,
from.
they've got a lookout site here
about
too.
the easement for the
Yeah,
family
is that
down.
a?
They're the
is that to
government.
look at
They
the
get to make
stars,
rules.
Joe? Is that a?
No, that's not a telescope.
It's not a
This is
telescope?
just to look up here.
Yeah.
See where you're going.
So that's just the far east side of Mazomania, almost before you get to the city limits, village limits.
It's
I do have a
farther
question.
east
Yep.
than Velocity.
How much longer will
And where
this
West
take
works.
over the longest amount of time we've talked about something on the podcast?
No.
Passing up
Lights.
John's lights and
No, because those are coming back.
Well, but this is progress. John's lights, that was just
There's
like,
progress.
well, kind
I
of.
mean, the Family Dollar pictures are starting to become the
John-esque.
same
Yeah.
each time.
Oh.
now if they were to cut them down, that would be
Well,
something to
maybe
report.
we'll start to just do it every month.
Yeah.
Oh, good call.
That's
that
a
would
good
maybe be
idea.
smart.
All right. So what's next, Dan?
Okay, next is a video taken by Mom.
It's a video.
Oh boy.
And I said, I trust you, so here it goes. That's the 7-plex. Stop right there. Stop the tape. See to the right there, far right,
Yeah.
there. I think that's the garage.
Okay.
Right here.
People were questioning whether there was going to be a
Nice
garage. And
window
of
for the
course
garage.
there's going to be a garage. Of course there's going to be a garage. You have to have a garage in this day and age. So,
It's kind of nice to have a picture window for when you're in the garage there.
well, that's not the
Oh,
garage.
you can
That's
look right
back
over at your
farther.
neighbors. It's a
Okay.
really
Back
nice view
farther.
of the neighbor's place.
So keep going.
This.
Playing it, Joe.
Mom's giving a pan of it, panning the 7-plex.
I was kind of trying to see the
I
other
bet you she
side
took
of
this
that.
pretty seriously.
Yep.
I guarantee
give
it.
it
But
one
guess
more
what?
time
You
so
know
Mom
what she
gets some
didn't do?
airtime.
I can't see the end of it.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Do you know what
Perfect.
she didn't do? This
What?
is investigative journalism 101. What do you think, Dad? What did she not do?
I don't
What's missing from this video that's usually in
thumb,
Dad's,
the thumb.
Dad's finger? Mom's finger is not in there.
One big log finger.
I did. I was taking a picture of the Family Dollar, and I couldn't figure out why is there
Did a
this
bird
hazy
drive
thing
by?
in there. It was my thumb. So that's what's happening in Mesa. That's in Mazomania site-wise. That's your latest, up-to-date news and information from Mazomania.
All right. Oh, I just broke my pen. Let's move on to the exciting adventures with Roy Boy from Elroy.
Roy's been walking these streets so long, howling the same old song. Roy knows every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Mazo, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice Roys get washed away like the snow in the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to Roy's horizon, but Roy's gonna be where the lights are shining on him, like a rhinestone cowboy riding out on a horse in a Ryan Dasher rodeo. Like a rhinestone cow roar. Getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. And offers coming over the phone.
I think we touched on it last week, but he's been walking on the old Wolf Run Trail with us, and now he can't go one time on Wolf Run Trail without getting into the old creek.
Yeah.
He likes jumping in. He's much more of a water dog than
doesn't,
than Roy than
Water
Kobe,
dog.
He doesn't
Kobe.
obey the
Especially
best.
now. I mean,
He doesn't obey
Kobe
the best
doesn't get into
sometimes.
water at all unless it rains
Jumping
on
in.
him.
You're saying?
He doesn't obey the best because he'll say, "Hey, no more jumping in," and
Yeah.
he'll just run still and jump one more time in.
He surprised Mom
That's
and
just the
I.
dog mentality in him.
He just took off
can't take it
running.
out.
And I thought, oh, he's just going into the weeds, right into the creek. Twice. Didn't listen.
Yeah.
Likes the
He's
water.
enjoying it.
Something we're gonna have to work on.
Yeah.
I found a flea on him the other day, and I took care of it.
Yep.
No
Those
fleas.
are hard to kill.
No fleas in our house.
Yeah, those are hard to kill.
think
Flea
we're
from
all
me.
You
right.
kind of got to
That's what I
roll them
said.
and pinch them with your fingernail.
I took a knife and
He went,
Disposed
he
of
went
it.
serious. Huh?
yeah. I don't
Seems
want
like
fleas.
It almost seems like overkill.
Well, to kill it, you had to. Yeah.
And can you imagine the size of the knife compared to the flea?
Yeah.
What kind of what kind
was
of
just a steak-
sword would somebody
steak
have
knife.
to take to you
Like
to
a
be
big-
saved?
Sickle.
Oh man.
I'm trying to think if there's something else.
Mm.
No, I took a video into Mondo when he
Oh, okay.
barks out. And we saw a dog today, and he gets up there and he sits straight up on the windowsill. And
I think it's the adopted dog from the hardware
it is,
store.
yep.
Oh, is it?
It's kind
Mom
of
went in
famous.
there and said that, oh, that's Diesel. And it's a dog that looks just like Diesel.
Oh really?
A neighbor of ours' dog.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Diesel.
Big Diesel.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Diesel.
Um,
He's coming up. It's almost.
Wait, Diesel's coming up
gonna-
here?
No.
Oh.
The exciting adventures with Diesel. No. It's coming up on Roy Boy's birthday here. We're almost a month out. What
just
was it?
exactly a month out.
The 4th.
The 3rd.
I thought
When
it
we
was the
record
4th.
this. When we recorded this.
Okay.
No, November 3rd is his birthday.
Okay.
Um,
I did not know that.
Think about it. You were going to be giving Roy the wrong birthday.
It gets
Yeah.
2 days.
Roy Boy's going to be spending a lot of time at
Yeah, I was just
Mom and
gonna say that.
Dad's
Yeah.
True. Yeah. That's
because his owners
going to Florida.
going to Florida.
4 days.
4 days.
nice. Enjoy.
That's true now. You can say
Hey,
that.
and the neat thing is we won't tell the exact dates, but people could probably figure it out. But the day you leave, I mean, today on October 3rd, it's like 87 degrees. When you leave, it's going to be like 50 some.
It's going to be perfect.
And it's going to be 80 some down there.
It
so
is.
it's perfect. It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's fun to. That's one of the things
fun
that
to rub
I.
it in.
Huh?
It's fun to rub it in.
Yeah, and I always liked that when we went to Marco Island. You'd get off the plane after being here, and it's 45 degrees and windy and chilly, and you just get that tropical breeze hit you right in the face.
It's almost surreal.
It's summer. It's like a hack.
Yeah.
You just buy
Yeah.
a ticket and you're in
Summer hack.
Oh,
Yeah. You just get another week of summer.
there, yeah.
There you have it.
I don't think
That's
that's, the
all I got
proper
for
use
Roy. I
of the
don't
word
think I
hack.
can't think
but-
of anything else.
You got another one, Drew?
I got nothing else for Roy.
Okay, well, there you have it. I'm not really sure what to do at this point because do we want to talk about last week? We did our thing and we weren't exactly sure if we were going to be able to use our interview because John Trager was in the hospital.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll have something right after this. If we don't, it'll be the state fun facts from Drew. So we'll try to keep you posted on what happens with our interview with John Trager. So we have 2 more parts, but just getting clearance and stuff like that. So anyway, we will hopefully we'll have another part here after this. But if we don't, you'll see this.
So we'll get back to the original father-son voiceover podcast in just a moment. Most podcasts have sponsors who financially support them, but not here on the original father-son voiceover podcast. We have reverse sponsors, sponsors we do free marketing for. Today's reverse sponsor is the Second Chapter Resale and their owner, Katie Blair Shear. and we had her at a
We did
guest
have her
just
on
a few weeks ago. That was a great
She was
time.
wonderful. Yeah.
Second Chapter Resale is located at 106 Broadhead Street, downtown Mazomanie, right down by the library, right by the tracks down there, by the museum. Visit their website or Facebook page for the days and hours that they're open. They have gently used clothing at reasonable prices. The inventory changes daily, so there's always something new to check out. And they have weekly sales on already low prices. And just so you know, there's Halloween is coming up too, and maybe you don't look for clothing there, but you might look for costumes there to dress
Oh.
up. Just a little tidbit, just a little
Is a
thought.
costume different than clothing?
Well, probably not, but
Okay.
in this case,
You might be able to piece
you
together.
might be able to piece it together.
There you go.
So, Second Chapter Resale. Katie Blair Shear, this episode's reverse sponsor on the original Father-Son voiceover podcast. Now, with that said, if you'd like to help actually sponsor the original Father-Son voiceover podcast, all it costs is $14 an episode. And what that is basically it's just a promotion of the Facebook page that we have, so it gets out to more people. And we already have one local business that has signed up to sponsor, and that business owner is going to sponsor in November. So
Nice.
you can be a part of that.
Yeah.
Get in on the ground floor. There's only one. Be the second one.
Yeah, true. Be number
And,
two.
and how do they get a hold of us if
Yes.
they do want to sponsor?
Yep. So you can go to our Facebook page and message us. You could message me, Hudson Barsness. You can also, like I said, the Facebook page, the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast Facebook page. Drop us a message. You can leave a comment in one of our podcast episodes, any of our videos. Or you could email me at hudsonbarsness@yahoo.com. All lower cases. So that's how you can get a hold of us if you'd like to be a sponsor. Any other questions, feel free to shoot them at us. So
Now back to more of the original Father-Son voiceover podcast.
Let her rip.
what state fun facts do you have for us?
We've got Kansas. Last time we did Iowa. So two pretty flat, boring states. But, you know, Iowa had a lot of interesting firsts, I thought. They had a lot of inventors. And I suppose, you know, when you don't have much to do out, you know, in the world that you're in, and maybe it's a little bit boring in that state, you go out and you invent things. You
Good
know?
point.
Don't
Yeah.
have the Grand Canyon to go see. You don't have
Ocean.
mountains. You don't have the ocean.
Yeah.
You don't even have really that many big lakes.
Right.
You probably just sit in your house and start thinking about things you should invent.
Dodge City, though.
Yep. So
Gunsmoke.
yeah, Kansas. The state flower of Kansas is the sunflower.
Oh.
It is an
just-
annual
just in case
flower
people
that
don't
can
know
be
what that looks
grown
like.
for harvested of seeds or just the flowers. The harvest of seeds can be used for oil or culinary purposes. We used to have roasted sunflower seeds. Remember that? I like those. Or were those pumpkin
Those are
seeds?
pumpkin
Seeds. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, we would buy sunflower seeds from the store and eat them.
That's true.
Do they? Maybe you'll get to this, but do they produce does Kansas produce the most sunflower
Sunflowers?
seeds in America?
You know, I jam-packed so many facts in here. I'm not even sure if I
Joe,
put that
what
in here.
state produces the most
Most
sunflower
sunflowers.
seeds? Let's hold off for just a second
I'm
since you
gonna
don't have that.
guess it might be California.
Okay, I thought maybe.
I'm
like
gonna guess
No,
it's,
they're the big
South
state.
Dakota,
it's
North
Arizona.
Dakota.
I'm going to go New Mexico, even though that makes no sense. I just
I'm
did.
saying one of the Dakotas.
What state in us of a
US of A, Joe's doing. He's so stupid.
So
It's just
predictable.
so stupid.
That's the long way around.
Yeah. in the world we're gonna do?
Oh, okay.
North Dakota.
North Dakota.
John
Over
was right.
1.3 billion pounds.
Wow, that's a bunch.
South Dakota came in second with a production volume
Hey,
of 1.1
nice.
billion pounds.
You know,
John is a-
When we drove out to see my
Giant-
friend Grant
Yeah,
get
you
married
cheated.
out in Montana. No, I didn't ask him.
John
I just
should've
saw
been
lots of
kept out of
sunflower
this.
seeds.
I don't have a
out there.
friend that
figured-
lives in Montana, so you
Let's see,
cheated.
how many does... He
doesn't live there anymore. He lives in
Never
Illinois.
mind. No, it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
does he really?
Yeah, but anyway, I thought, well, that probably is a good shot there. It's rare that I get those right.
The composite flowers have both ray, the showy petals, or disc flowers that mature into seeds. The disc flowers mature into seeds. The rays may be bright yellow, gold, orange, rust, or maroon. That's all I have to say about the sunflower. The state bird is the western meadowlark. It's a medium-sized
Beard?
icterid.
Nope, that sounds right.
Icterid bird. About 8.5 inches in length. It nests on the ground in open grasslands across western and central North America. It feeds mostly on bugs, but will also feed on seeds and berries.
Drew just pulled that from right
Icterid.
there.
I
What
sure
is-
did.
Icterid, what does that
Icter
mean?
Day. I think it's Icter Day.
Yeah, figure out what an icterid. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Well, see, that's the family. This is
Oh,
this is an
sorry.
individual. That's what that means.
Did you look that up?
I just know that.
Of ick. Hello, friends.
Icteridae.
Icterate.
Oh, definition back down.
Oh,
down
perfect.
Well, here we go. We got to hear
Okay.
this.
Oh,
I got it muted.
How can I can't hear it.
I can't guess.
How am I supposed to know his amenities if I can't hear?
we're
can't
spending,
hear
we're
it.
spending a fair
Here,
amount
Joe.
of time on these.
Let's hear it.
I can't hear him. I can't hear him. Now, how am I going to learn if I can't hear him?
Doggone you, Ernest, see them are the amenities. Now, you don't yell out amenities.
I can't hear your amenities.
Icteridae or Icteridae.
Icteridae.
She stumbled on that. I never heard her do that before.
No, she didn't either.
Icteridae.
The state tree is the cottonwood, or Populus deltoidus. Deltoids.
I've never taken deltoids
It's in my life. You can test me. It grows 70 to 100 feet in height and spreads 50 to 70 feet.
Oh, that's
That's a
beautiful.
Cottonwood is a
quacking
fast-growing tree
aspen.
when it has adequate moisture
quacking or
and
quaking?
often grows as much as 8 feet per year.
Wow.
That is a fast-growing growing tree.
Well, how do we get the quaking aspen?
I know Drew told me the wrong thing.
Joe said quacking.
Can't people make mistakes?
Well, it's
that's
hard to read when you're on camera.
Yeah, it is true.
Things
The
go
state
by pretty
nickname
fast.
is either the sunflower state or the wheat state.
Oh, wheat.
State motto of Kansas, ad astra per aspera, means to the stars through difficulties.
That went through the stars.
Yeah.
Let's.
No, to the stars.
Oh,
through
not through the
difficulties.
stars.
Not,
Okay,
through
I was gonna
difficulties.
say.
not written in
I
the
wonder
stars.
why would they have that?
I don't know.
This is
That'd be a
nice,
good
Joe, when you
reason.
have that down like that.
Yeah, that's
you
nice.
can actually see us. Drew and I are under a shade tree on the camera right now.
Here's some fast, fun facts for Kansas. They're home to the world's largest easel.
Oh.
In Goodland, Kansas, it's 80 feet tall. It is holding a large recreation of Van Gogh's sunflower painting. The painting was chosen since it sits in the sunflower state. The easel is found on Highway 24 in the town and an important part of the state's sunflower production.
These are my recreation clothes.
Yep. It has the geographical center of the lower 48 U.S. states.
Oh.
It is just 2 miles northwest of Lebanon, Kansas. The point was determined in 1918 and has a marker that people visit. There's also a chapel there where people can get married.
Wait, that's been there since 1918.
Yeah, that's where Vincent painted it. He's a
No,
pretty
no,
tall guy.
we moved on to a different fact.
Oh,
It's
This is the
center point of United States.
graphical center.
Oh,
This
I
land?
see.
It's
Not
called
the easel.
Kinsley.
It's not the easel
Kinsley,
is.
Kansas is the. It's exactly.
Center.
I think it's 1,500 miles to New York City and to maybe San Francisco.
Wow.
Which in 1918, that was kind of
Yeah.
the far east and the, far
Okay,
west.
sorry, I wasn't following that.
That's okay.
My bad. I'm sure.
I mean that
This is
doesn't
a-
really work because now we have Alaska and Hawaii, so I don't think that's probably.
Well,
the
when you
center.
say lower 48, what are you excluding?
Huh? Well, you were talking about now. You were talking about in the past.
It
Yeah,
says
but
lower
still,
48. The
lower
fact
48,
says
you
lower
don't make
48.
up
Yeah,
that.
but what about the upper?
What other
I'm-
states were
I'm
not
a big,
part
I'm a
of
big proponent.
no
I'm a big
upper-
proponent for
upper
the upper
48.
and lower.
Just admit you weren't listening.
No, I was listening.
No, you
I was
weren't.
too busy trying to put images in people's minds.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking
Took a lot
about.
of imagination.
Took a lot of imagination.
This is a delicious fact.
Oh wow.
Pizza Hut started in Kansas.
Oh.
It was created by Frank and Dan Carney, two students at Wichita University, two Carneys. They opened a small pizza shop on the corner in Wichita, on a corner in Wichita.
What was his name?
Just
Frank and
do
Dan
the first-
Carney.
Just do the first Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay.
The business was an instant
Frank and
hit,
Dan
no
Carney?
wonder. And soon after, a second
went by
location
Mooner.
opened in Topeka, Kansas. Today, Pizza Hut has 11,000 restaurants globally. It is the largest pizza company in the world.
Wow.
Have some of that.
Okay, vote right now. Favorite
there's
pizza.
there's Dan's hands.
Favorite fast food pizza? I'm assuming that's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are right there.
I like Pizza Hut. You know what it was? There's Domino's. Little Caesars is really hard to beat. The price point's really great.
Papa Murphy's.
Quick Trip.
I mean, it's fine.
It's on there. Yeah.
I'd go Little Caesars.
I go
Little
either Little
Caesars.
Caesars or Pizza Hut.
Little
I
Caesars
like
is
Pizza
one of those
Hut.
pizzas that you
No,
can have
we'll get
the day of.
two hand tossed.
So Marcine's is not considered.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's
I mean, that's
fast.
a local
That's a local.
place. Oh, I didn't say chain.
Well, that's what
You said
somebody
fast
else.
food.
Yeah,
Well, then
somebody
make
said
sure you
fast
pay
food.
I
attention. because you'll get
qualified
called
fast
out
food,
about
and you
things
said,
you're
yeah,
not
At
paying
one
for.
time, it took me
But is
2
that-
hours to get my food.
Oh, at Marcine's.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's 'cause they gave
what
the order to another
about
job.
what about
that the first time? Not this
Rocky
last time,
Rococo?
right?
Yeah.
Rocky
Oh,
Rococo's is good.
PJ's.
I like Rocky Rococo.
Me too.
Rocky
Tano's.
Rococo's too. Is that your
Tano's
favorite?
Pizza.
Tano's is.
I
Close.
think.
No,
What about
Domino's is-
Vitali's?
Oh,
Oh, Vitali's
Yeah,
over in
don't forget
GR. That,
Vitali's.
yeah, that's probably my favorite.
I was gonna say. Yeah.
It's a
That
Vitali's
is my favorite, too.
Pizzeria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garlotti's Pizzeria in Newark.
We could talk a lot about Pizza Hut. I'm happy to talk about Pizza Hut, but let's move on. The state of Kansas produces the most wheat in the U.S. every year. It makes about 18% of the wheat grown in the country.
Oh.
Kansas produces around 319 million bushels each year, which has grown over 7
What is
million
that in
acres
liquid
of
ounces?
land.
Drew.
Huh?
He's being stupid.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is.
He's stupid.
That's beautiful when you go.
Except for when you're traveling through it, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, the amber waves of grain.
Yeah.
You know.
Purple Mountain's Majesty.
The official state song is Home on the Range.
Oh.
Brewster Higley, who lived in Smith County, Kansas, wrote the song. It was originally a poem,
Really?
which he titled My Western Home. But it was later set to music, and cowboys would commonly sing it.
I thought that would have been Wyoming or
There it is right there.
Colorado
yeah.
or New Mexico,
New
or
Mexico.
some place like that. That's
It
interesting.
is right there.
Huh.
Brewster
That's very interesting.
Hiley.
Higley.
Good stuff.
Higley?
Yep.
Never would have guessed that.
Amelia Earhart is from Kansas.
Grab her picture.
She was born
She's been
In
watching over our podcast. since day
Atkinson,
one.
Kansas, on July 24th, 1897.
That's the picture.
That's
we
our
have right
picture. Right there.
That's the one we have.
Got it right here.
Yep.
That's Amelia. She watches over our.
Was Amelia Earhart tall, or were the men that I see in pictures with her just shorter? How tall was Amelia
Maybe
Earhart?
both. There you go. Let's get some pictures of that.
She's
5'8",
That's
yeah.
pretty tall.
Yeah,
It wasn't
I think the
tall.
average man
was a sudden
back in
stop.
the 20s and 30s was like 5'7".
I think so.
So she was taller
Wow.
than the average man.
Taller than your average man. Smarter than your average bear. I would have fit in nicely back then.
Yeah.
Very nicely.
Yep.
Dodge City is the windiest city in the country. Even though Chicago is called the Windy City, it only averages wind speeds of 10.4 miles an hour.
Oh.
Do you know why Chicago's named the Windy City?
That's a wind tunnel.
Is because of, I don't know if it was what kind of group, but there was people that would talk for a long time, so they were long-winded. In some sort of like meetings and stuff like that. Look that up. I don't know what it was, if it was the.
Do we have to look it up?
Yeah. Do you want us to look it up?
Honestly,
I do.
There's been times where we've really put him through his paces, and then we look it up, and it's right.
This is true.
But that's not typically what I've heard for
okay.
60 years of my life. It's I feel that
There's
way.
the windy right there. No, not Dodge City. Ask
Yeah,
why.
not Dodge City.
Ask why Chicago is the
Chicago?
windy.
Why Chicago?
How it got its
Chicago,
nickname.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chicago, Kansas. No,
Are we gonna be able to end this within like 4 hours? This podcast
Good question.
because
look up
we're so,
the
we're so
origin.
inquisitive. We're such an inquisitive group.
The Cincinnati Enquirer used the term in 1876 in reference to a tornado.
Let's see here.
I thought it was
No, tornado is a
speakers
guy.
were full of
There was a
wind.
guy by the name of
no,
Ernest
no,
Tornado.
Windy City because of politics. Right there, down there. What
Okay,
is
people ask. Say it.
journalists frequently refer to Chicago as the Windy City because they allegedly believe Chicagoan politicians were nothing but profit centric.
Okay,
There it is.
there it
That's
is.
what I had
There
heard.
you go.
Hudson does it again.
It wasn't the tornado.
I mean, that's what it says. Is
yeah.
a tornado.
No, that's not right.
That's the top one.
That's
Yeah.
no. So why is Chicago's nickname?
While also
Well,
capitalizing on the
you-
terms
you
double
were the one
meaning
that
to
asked.
highlight local speakers.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, such bad English.
He added he added that information in there.
Should be asking Jeeves on these.
Kansas has many tiny towns. The town of Kelly is the smallest in terms of population, with a population of only one person. There are 10 other towns with a population of 10 people or less. One has as many as 10 people, and two have as few as 2 individuals. So kind of really small
The
towns.
person's name's got to be Kelly. That, like, their last name must be Kelly. That lives there. They just have one family member that always
So
lives in Kelly.
that
Kansas.
person, let's just say it's a man,
Sure.
just for argument's sake. So he's the mayor.
Right.
He's the fire warden.
Yep.
Police chief.
Yep.
He's the volunteer fireman.
Yep.
First
He's
responder.
the parking attendant. I mean,
Like
he's,
your Uncle Al, he was the funniest,
he was the
most
only guy
likely
in
to
his class for several
succeed.
years in
Yeah.
a one-room classroom.
Yep.
Yeah,
one-room classroom.
yeah. So you could keep doing that. In Kelly, he was. Anyway,
He was his
most
own
famous
self-
person.
He was
in
a really
Kelly.
great self-starter too.
The patent for the helicopter was given to William Purvis and Charles Wilson, who invented the helicopter in 1909.
Wait a second.
Airplanes were also commonly produced in Kansas, specifically in Wichita.
Who else was it? William Purvis.
William
and-
Purvis and Chuck,
Chuck
Woodson Wilson. Yep.
I'm sorry, Wilson.
Because of this, Wichita is sometimes called the air capital of the world.
Huh.
But that's not entirely true because it's really Chicago.
Correct.
Yep.
You guys ready for some weird laws?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Hit us
I've
with
been
some- These are my
waiting for
favorite.
that.
One must get a permit from the city of Wichita if they wish to take dirt from the airport. In Topeka, no one may scream at a haunted house. In Topeka as well, driving a herd of cattle through town is outlawed.
So you can't scream at while you're in one or
just at.
What does
one.
that mean?
I don't know.
In front of.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean
Well,
inside.
could be
I think
at-
while
you
you're
could be at
while you're
one.
attending,
Yeah.
I think he's saying,
But what
or
if you
as
get-
you're going by,
What does that
there's
mean,
a haunted
John?
house,
It means
scream at
You
it.
can't
It
scream
means
at.
at.
Yes,
means
but while
at.
you're at one.
Mr. Cole will be pretty upset with you right now.
No, he wouldn't.
Yep.
He
You're
would
getting
circle that and he'd
prepositions
say
messed
at has two different uses. Let's look up at, John.
In Natoma, it's illegal to throw knives at men wearing striped suits. Don't be
Makes
doing
sense.
Yeah, don't do that.
The town of Lang, you may not ride a mule down Main Street unless the animal is wearing a straw hat.
Oh, images. It's a prepositional phrase, Joe.
In Dodge City,
Oh, nice.
all places of business must provide a horse water trough.
Still, is that still must be till today, or maybe that's
I don't know. Might be an old law.
expressing location or arrival in a particular place or position, expressing the time when an event takes place.
Let's get some more definitions.
Yeah, but it's at a house. You can't, what,
You're
why would somebody?
No, but if you're inside a haunted house, you're
Yeah.
probably going to scream.
But yelling at someone,
Yes.
yelling at someone.
I'm yelling at.
You're not yelling
at their location.
inside their location.
So you're saying it's while they drive by or walk by, you
Yeah,
can't
that's
yell.
what
that's
drive
what
by.
I'm
Why
wondering.
would they just say, well, you can't do a drive-by?
If you're inside of it, you're not yelling at it. You're yelling inside of.
Would you have to say while at? Would that
While?
make it? Or is it just
While in,
Yeah, I don't know. On the premises, I
That's
don't know.
tough. That's a tough one.
In Derby,
really.
striking
I
a
wanna
vending
obey the
machine.
law. I don't want to be
Well, then listen to this one.
okay.
In Derby, striking a vending machine that stole your money is illegal. Cannot strike that machine.
Yeah, gotta have due process, I guess.
There's a state law, and I'll try this again. State game laws prohibits the use of mules to hunt ducks. Probably Festus. He was probably hunting
Ruth,
I wonder if
Ruth.
it's because you can put too many. Then you can just have too many of them.
too many what? Have too many of what?
Ducks.
Because the mule will pack so many of them. You mean? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Pack mule.
It's a carrying problem.
Yep. I think that's why. I think it would cut down on the amount that you.
Can carry.
Okay. Now this one's a tough one.
Okay.
If two trains meet on the same track, neither shall proceed until the other has passed. Oh, you? After you? No, I demand.
I can't pass.
Yeah, that's a good
Well,
one.
that's an interesting one.
Yeah, that's a good
I mean,
one.
it makes sense.
I didn't miss.
Are,
I didn't miss
are
a
we
single
over
one.
already?
That's it.
It went so fast. That's
Well,
so
I mean, you were
enjoyable.
kind of pushing at the
I
end.
bet it's been. I bet it's been 2 months since, at least 2 months
I would
since we've
think.
had that.
I've really been slacking.
People will oftentimes stop me and say, "When will the fun facts come by? When's Kansas?
When are we going to start
When's
having
Kansas
fun
turn?"
again? That's what they ask.
Yep.
Well, 77 has come and gone,
in the books.
and we thank you for watching, those of you. And we thank all of you for bringing your talents here. Thanks for bringing a state fun fact. We like those.
Yeah.
Check out the Danishes at 1855 Coffee House. You won't want to miss out on those. We'll see you later. Enjoy the rest of your week.